All right. So semen retention, right? Everybody's talking about the benefits. Everybody's talking about how great it is. But are there any downsides to semen retention? You will find out on this video because I'm reading through chapter 10 of the Semen Retention Miracle, and it is all about the downsides of semen retention. I will also be adding in my personal downsides that I have been experiencing because they're not what you think. And I'm giving the perspective from 220 days on my current streak of semen retention without relapse. Are there any downsides to semen retention? By the way, if you like this stuff, subscribe, follow along. There's more to come. You might be wondering if there are any risks associated with practicing semen retention. You also might have heard people say it is dangerous, but don't know if that's true. Let's take a look at some of the claims that have been made about this practice to see what's true and what's not. Here's a claim: frequent ejaculation prevents prostate cancer. This is a popular one. Oh no, you have to be whacking off at least 2 to 3 times a week, maybe more, so that you don't get prostate cancer. That's what I think about that. One of the most commonly reported risks associated with semen retention is that you need to ejaculate frequently to prevent prostate cancer. The claim is that by ejaculating more, you clear out the old semen, and that has been found to be associated with prostate cancer. Additionally, you lower your testosterone levels. Yep. And that helps prevent prostate cancer since it's associated with high levels of the male hormone. That is the gayest justification I have ever heard. No, do it because your testosterone will go down. Cool. That's also the lifeblood for me becoming the man I'm meant to be. So thanks. Fantastic. Not to mention it takes 40 drops or more of blood to make 1 drop of semen. You are pulling your resources so significantly when you do that, guys. This is based on the claims of one study conducted in 2016 that has yet to be replicated. In fact, other studies were not able to find the same connection between ejaculation and lowered risk of prostate cancer. Oh, you don't say. One study even showed that younger men who masturbated more often actually had a slightly higher risk of developing prostate cancer. And they tagged Shambo 2020. It's probably back here in the... They gave all the references for these things that they reference. Shambo 2020, The Power of Semen Retention, Debunking the Prostate Cancer Myth, Tantric Academy. If you want to go read about that, it's tantricacademy.com/semen-retention-. That is the study. Go look it up. I'm coming with receipts, boys. What's more, a big problem with the 2016 study is that the researchers couldn't determine if it was a situation of causation or correlation. Perhaps men who masturbate more are also more likely to engage in certain other habits. It could be that one of those other habits that is responsible for reducing prostate cancer risk instead of the frequent ejaculation. This is what I'm saying, guys. The contradictory reports, coupled with the lack of a causal relationship in the 2016 study, indicate that there's no scientific consensus on the subject of semen retention, frequent ejaculation, and prostate cancer. Another problem is that there haven't been any scientific studies on men who practice semen retention when it comes to prostate cancer. For real, I'm on day 220. I know guys who, like Bogdan, who are on 270, Rin's on 250 something. Are they dealing with any prostate cancer? I also know guys who've been doing this for years in the space, like Regal Change, Ross Based, some of these guys that were even further ahead of us. They're not dealing with it. Nor any studies on men who practice non-ejaculation in a healthy manner by engaging in tantric sex or karezza and live a healthy lifestyle. It's likely that diet, energy management, and exercise all play a larger role in prostate health than how frequently you ejaculate. Facts. Additionally, it's not necessarily the orgasm with ejaculation that may prevent prostate cancer. It could be the stimulation of the prostate itself. As we've seen, the two things needn't go together. Additionally, While some studies have claimed that men at the low end of ejaculation frequency are more likely to die prematurely, those who claim this are not allowing for the problems these men may have that cause their low ejaculation frequency to begin with. Interesting. For example, a man may not be engaging in frequent sexual activity, including ejaculation, because they're sick or engaging in other unhealthy habits that stifle their sex drive. I can tell you this firsthand, guys, that is accurate, because if you know my journey, 10 to 15 years of health issues, right? From high teens till, I guess till where I'm now, but it was more like mid 20s. I figured a lot of shit out in the last couple of years. But during that period of time, guys, like, I still had a lot of women that were wanting to date me. Like, I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, dude, I had so many opportunities for my life to to just fork off into different paths. Just like, freaking, like, the amount of women that, like, genuinely wanted me to marry and settle down with them and, like, and date me. And, like, I did not have the energy to do it because of a crazy long-term chronic illness that was absorbing and just consuming all of my energy and my hormonal energy and my libido and everything. Like, I could not give that to them. The brain fog, the whatever, like, I was in survival mode, just holding on. It's like, obviously your body is not going to prioritize sex when that's where you're at. Does that resonate with any of you? Thus, there is no causal relationship between ejaculation frequency and premature death cited in these studies. I actually believe that it goes the other way. The less you ejaculate, the longer you live, because men typically live less long than women, but it's because most men are, like, constantly ejaculating and needing their body to create new semen, which is a taxing thing on the body's resources. One of the claims is that retaining semen causes stagnation of sperm, which then damages the prostate gland. I think that's BS. The problem is, in a healthy male, the body reabsorbs the retained semen and converts it into energy for other areas of your life. It doesn't result in the stagnation and congestion claimed by those that argue it causes prostate damage. The tendency of disregarding other lifestyle factors is a significant problem from a scientific perspective. Claim. Here's another one. Hopefully that puts some of this stuff to rest for those of you that are like, well, my doctor said I need to release 3 times a week because he sounds like Kermit the Frog. No, I don't know why I just went in that voice, but hopefully this helps shine some light on this. Go read chapter 10 of this book if you want that information, or watch this video. Claim. Semen retention is a sexual disorder. That's funny. This is a particularly interesting claim given that no one has studied the long-term benefits or risks of lovemaking without ejaculation. In fact, science has shown relatively little interest in the subject of ejaculation and male orgasms. Should a man choose not to ejaculate, this is technically classified as a sexual disorder in medical terms. That's hilarious. That's despite the fact that thousands of years of tantric and Taoist traditions have demonstrated the health benefits of the practice of semen retention. This speaks to a larger problem within Western medicine, separating the mind from the body and both from the spirit. Facts. Bro, that's a bar. The refusal of Western medicine to understand the connection between the three, or even to acknowledge that a connection exists, has resulted in the dismissal of thousands of years of Eastern philosophies with demonstrated efficacy. Furthermore, the labeling of semen retention as a disorder has resulted in significant social stigma. That's hilarious. I've never heard that before. I view semen retention as something to be proud of. I wear that badge. It's a badge of honor. Anyone affected by stigma of any kind can suffer social consequences such as ostracization, being ostracized. How do you say that? Ostracized? I think that's it. Loss of friendships and bullying. Ain't nobody's bullying you on semen retention. Nobody's gonna mess with you on semen retention. You got too much energy. You're glowing, man. You're on your mission. You're on your life purpose. Everybody's gonna be asking you what you're doing. Hey, what are you doing? I wanna be able to do that. They could be bullying you. Okay. Men who engage in semen retention may be the subject of gossip, and of course, anything related to sex tends to fuel even more rumors. If it is believed such men have a sexual disorder, as semen retention is called, then they can face extreme social judgment. I've actually heard that women are actually curious about men on semen retention and actually kind of view it as a challenge to like try to get them, because they like, something's different about this one. I'm actually drawn to you because of it. People often react to their gut fears before listening to rational explanations. This can have many negative consequences. So what do? Perhaps the best option when practicing semen retention is to tell no one. I say this so much, guys. Move in silence on semen retention. The average normie NPC person that thinks that they have to go release 3-4 times a week and like they haven't done a research like this, bro, they're not the one you want to have a conversation about this with. I view semen retention these days as I will talk about it and tell you if you ask. If you bring it up and you're open to it, I will have a conversation with you. I will put out videos to other men on semen retention on this YouTube channel because it's a self-development channel. Okay? I will have that conversation with you. But with everybody else, hell no. The next best thing that men who are practicing, tell no one apart from your partner if you have one, as it obviously will affect them. The next best thing that men who are practicing semen retention can do is to try to educate their friends and family regarding exactly what it is and what it is not. It is not a sexual disorder. It is an ancient practice that has many health benefits. It is not perversion. In fact, it's literally the opposite, guys. You are controlling your desires and redirecting that energy to other areas of your life. The proof will be in the pudding. Facts. When you are the best version of you, your family and friends will see the benefits for themselves. They'll see your success and your boundless energy. That will help them understand that what you're doing is not a disorder. That is a fact. Bring the receipts, show them the receipts. Until then, move in silence, no need to speak. Ooh, that kind of has a little rhyme to it. Show them the receipts, no need to speak. Maybe it's that. No need to speak, show them the receipt. Whew. There it is, guys. Semen retention, that's the model. No need to speak, show them the receipt. Oh, what have I been doing that's caused my life to level up, and I'm more successful than I've ever been, and the career is going great, and opportunities are flowing in, and I'm feeling better, I'm getting healthier. Oh, what, all that? Check that out. Semen retention. How you like them apples? Claim too much destructive energy. Some people claim that men who practice semen retention suffer from too much restlessness and potentially dangerous energy. This couldn't be further from the truth, as long as you're channeling that energy into other areas of your life using the technique we discussed. I will say this, the amount of anger and rage and stuff that does come up to work through on this SR journey, it's a real thing. Yeah, but the whole point is we're aiming at other shit and getting our lives together. So that's a terrible excuse. It's the very principle of semen retention is transmutation. You're taking the energy found in your semen and directing it to the other parts of your life where you're putting it to use to find success. Instead of masturbating, you're engaging in creative activities like painting. Boy, you guys and your painting, we love to paint in this semen retention community. Paint the walls. Nope, no painting the walls right now, gang. No painting the walls. Or writing. Instead of having sex, you're planning your next business move. Facts. You're not holding on to that energy. You're expending it on other activities that will bring you professional, personal, and spiritual success. The truth is that there are no scientifically or otherwise demonstrated risks associated with semen retention. This is a choice you're making for yourself. When you're doing to become more spiritually, professionally, and physically healthy, to become the best version of you. The benefits of semen retention have been demonstrated for thousands of years. You can use them for the same reasons the ancient Taoists did. You can find spiritual contentment, professional achievement, facts, and profound intimacy with a romantic partner. That is up next for me eventually. When people see the change in you All thoughts of a social stigma or sexual disorder will fall away. They'll likely want to know what your secret is, and you'll be like, I hold my nuts in. And then that's going to be a conversation of a lifetime. That is going to be a... Good luck with that conversation. Chapter summary. This was a short one, guys. In this chapter, we've discussed the purported drawbacks. What a weird word. Let's swap that word. The supposed drawbacks of semen retention. Scientifically, we've covered the following. The supposed risks of prostate cancer, the idea that semen retention is a sexual disorder, and the supposed risk of having too much energy. Oh no, you can't have too much energy, guys. Life is an energy game. I've talked about this so frequently, and I'm not going to stop. The currency of reality is energy. And you think you can have too much of that? You think there is an amount where it's like, oh, I can have up to this much energy, this much currency, but after this, it's bad. Guys, it's just like anything else. It's just like money as a currency. It's like, oh, you can have up to $1 million, but if you go over that, it's bad and it's going to get you. It's like, these are all negative beliefs around money. Money is just something that amplifies who you are already. You're going to become more of that the more money that you make. If you're going to be more generous if you're already generous. You're going to be more stingy and evil and worry and fearful if that's who you are. Semen retention, energy. The energy being the currency. The more energy you get, guys, it's actually a good thing. The more energy you get, the bigger, better your life gets. Here's an example. Look at Michael Jackson in that Super Bowl where he stays on the stage for like 2 or 3 minutes, just standing there, freaking aura farming that whole stadium. You know how much energy it takes, how much aura in his field it takes to pull something like that off? And you're telling me too much energy is a bad thing? Nope. Highly, highly, highly disagree. So there you have it, guys. This was a really good one. I think this puts a lot to rest regarding the conversation around the prostate. Oh, isn't it bad for prostate? If you have people that are bringing that up in conversation and that's like their pushback, Chapter 10, Semen Retention Miracle book, or find this video. This references a lot of good stuff. So there you have it, guys. We have made it Chapter 10. There's one more chapter, just the final summary that I will record separately, and then the book is done. So if you have watched all of my videos up to this point, congrats. You have done the equivalent of reading this entire book, and hopefully you have gotten a lot of value out of this. Let me know, is there another book that I should be doing this for? Reading, giving you the highlights, talking through stuff, giving my perspectives on it. Let me know in the comments. Peace, love, abundance. Catch you on the next one.